Hello friends, my name is Akil and welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we learned what is style binding and how to use it. In this video, we will learn what is event binding and how to use it. So basically, event binding is used to listen to the user events and respond to it accordingly. Let's say we have a button and we want to take some action when the user clicks on it. We will take a button and here we will put it any text like click me, and we will make first method. Here we will have to make a method to handle that event, like the click event. Now we can say print some text, and inside here we will console the text like button clicked, and we will copy it, and inside here we will use the event binding notation, like we have to put the event that we want to use inside the parentheses, the click event, and inside here we specify the method that we create inside our application. So we will go to the terminal and start our application. Now we will go to the console, and let's say when we click this, as you can see, the event is triggered. When we click the button, the text is now printed here. Now this is one example of event binding. There may be multiple examples of event binding, like when a user enters something inside input box, we want to take the value of the input box that he has entered, and the way we can do that is by using the an event. Like we can also use the click event to get that value, but we will use the input event, and inside here we will create another method like get the value of input box, and inside here we will take a parameter, and inside it will be of type string, or it may be anything. So we will console it and we will copy it and go to the file, HTML file, and we will take our template reference variable. We will discuss these things in our upcoming videos, like we can say anything text, and we will copy it and we will use it inside here, and we'll get the value of the input that the user has entered. Now let's go back to the browser and enter anything. As you can see, the value is coming from the input box as we enter anything. So this is another example of event binding. We could also use like input, and inside here we will use the blur event to take the value of the input when the user leaves the input box. Like here we will use a template reference variable that is used to get the value of the element. We will specify any name like the value by the blur event, and we will have to create another method like get value of blur event. You can specify any name of your choice, and inside here we will specify the parameter name like value of type any, and we will console it. And we will go to the HTML file, and inside here we will use the method that we have just created, which is get value of blur event, and inside here we will use the template reference variable to get the value of this element. And now let's go back to the browser. Let's placeholder should be blur event value. So when we hit anything like hello world, and when we click outside of the box, the value is get printed on the console. So this is another example of event binding that we can use to handle the user inputs. You can use any event, like there may be many events, they are just plain JavaScript events, but the only difference is that they are used in Angular to make it more easier for us. Instead of using, like we had to use the document and then the add event listener, and inside here we had to use the event name, like we can specify click and then the any method that will handle that event, which makes it a little bit confusing, but Angular makes it easy to handle that event inside a single line. Like we can use the click event in a single line. So this is how we use event binding inside our Angular applications. So thanks for watching the video, and stay tuned for more videos, lectures like this one.